All right. I've got a slight echo. Did somebody rejoin the call?
Nope.
All right. I'll just live with it.
All right.
All right, Doc, lead us off on our introductions.
All right. So this is the quarterfinals, semifinals. The semifinals. So I guess starting in the 9 o'clock position, we got the Blue Terran, Mr. Crouton.
I believe who goes by the
Yeah.
Twitch handle Muukzor, if that's
Yep.
correct.
Muukzor.
And in the top right, and around 1:45, 2 o'clock, we have the Red Poison, also known as the DT Queen. And I've got to get all my situation right here. I've got the new game heart overlay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's no good. I missed the old one.
Okay, so it looks like fairly standard openings from everyone so far. No proxy madness from the looks of it.
All right, give me 1 second. My controls are messed up here.
So Muukzor, no scout, doesn't care. Poison's got a probe scout out. And sorry, Partoof, if you're looking at something and I'm not mentioning it because I forgot we can't look at your stuff. Also, I don't know if you changed the overlay in the stream.
First.
That's okay.
Wow.
So Cybercore down for Poison. Factory, quick factory from the crouton of the dried bread. Finally gets scout out. Went the right way. Good guess. Can we see some widow mines? Or barbecue cars? What do you think?
With one gas fully occupied, I'm thinking probably Hellions, but not entirely sure at this stage. I mean, you don't need too much gas to go into widow mines.
Let's see here. What is it gonna be? Oh, decided to expand first. Oh, barbecue cars.
And we do have a Hellions out, 2 Hellions in production, with his expansion going down about the same time as Poison's.
Yeah, it looks like she's gonna have the Mama Core there for defense, so I don't know what
Yep,
these probes are rallied for.
and a Stalker already out for Poison. So
No,
I'm guessing we're going to see early blink.
she also has a hidden probe in the in Muxer's natural, so we'll see how that turns out. But these misrallied probes at the front probably could be doing something. There we go. So, is that probe gonna be building anything? No. Barbecue cars get denied pretty hard. We're gonna have a photon overskill. First blood.
All right, I'm back. I was having some problems there with the new WCS layout. The hotkeys changed.
That's okay.
Sorry about that.
The overskill chases away. 6 probes for 4 barbecue cars. I don't know. Not the best trade.
No, definitely not. Not one I would have made myself. All right, so 2 more gateways just finishing up here for Poizon. And the Hellions are poking in, seeing if they can do much damage, but only 3 probes down at this point. Not much they can do with Stalkers on the field and a Mothership Core. Tank is out for Muukzor, so he's going to be able to handle those Stalkers a little bit better with that.
I think that's 9. Yeah, 9 probes lost now.
Oh, man. That is rough.
Another poke in here. Nice. All right, probe control.
Yeah, nothing too special out of this right here. They're going to poke in, probably get 1 or 2 kills more.
Finally get cleaned up.
Yep.
The pylon in Muukzor's natural. Okay, it's gonna get cleaned up right here. Without a warping. So I would say that Poizon's a little behind at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with six Stalkers out on the table. That's not enough to make a push, really. 2 tanks back at home for defense for Muukzor, and about 10 workers ahead in the worker count right now, plus the additional income coming in from the mules.
Both players pretty supply blocked right now.
Yeah, pretty severely. But Poizon gets out of it a lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
Crouton might have to call a drop down. He does have the energy, or I guess he's just going to deal with it here. Pretty substantial. So adding Immortals to the army is going to help Poizon, definitely, but a little...
Drop?
Yeah. Decent drop. Gets out of there mostly alive.
Didn't kill a single probe, though.
Yeah, it's not an effective trade. Definitely not what he's looking for, but he can pretty much play this very conservatively and eventually push in and win. Nothing too radicals going on here to change the lead.
I don't know. They got to get that death. They got to get in before that death ball.
True, granted, but okay, I guess Colossus Tech is starting here, but none are in production.
Yeah. The Robo Bay is done.
Yep, absolutely, but still sticking with Immortals and now going for an Observer.
Need some more gas, I think, before we can go into Immortals.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Observer catches the push out for Muukzor here. Looks like both armies are headed for a smash. Oh, so close, that pickoff. But here come the tanks from the other side. Poizon's got the whole army moved around.
Is going to be able to pick off that medevac. No!
Yes.
Okay, there it does go down. Excellent.
So got 2 Vikings for vision.
Yep, Muukzor setting up here. So Immortal's coming in, but hopefully not alone.
Donation. Donation.
Oh, no. Yeah, I think that closes the last chance there really was. Only one more Immortal on the table.
Walk in. Ouch. I think that's gonna,
that is pretty rough. And here it's just going to be a move in, quick close. 3 more gateways going down, but not going to be enough time to warp anything in. No. 3 Stalkers on the table, and this is GG.
Yeah, it's a massacre.
Absolutely. No question about it. Most unfortunate. Couple of zealots coming in. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, GG.
Alright, guys. Sorry about that. My lack of commentating. I was thrown into the new WCS overlay, and I was having a hard time just figuring out how to watch the game. think it's bad watching a tournament when you're trying to cast it and you can't figure out how to get the unit panel to come back up.
Oh, well done.
Yes. So, give me 1 second, Partoof. I'm going to switch back over to the older Game Heart model.
Well, that was a pretty good game. It seemed like it was only one quick risk. Those immortals needed to be with the whole army. Maybe a couple more zealots to tank those marines, but otherwise a pretty good play. I think Poison could have dealt with the barbecue cars a little better. She was
Well,
kind of running around with those stalkers.
I think the nail in the coffin was losing those two immortals without getting anything from it. Definitely
Sure.
hurt her. All those Marines there, and she, the immortals definitely could have dealt with those tanks, but she needed a colossi, maybe some earlier warping of zealots, but it was pretty rough.
Yeah, even one colossi would have been pretty good in that situation.
Absolutely. Or just the zealots to absorb the damage of the Marines instead of having it all on the immortal shields.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I am ready to roll too when you are.
So going into game 2. What map? Whirlwind we got going here.
Yep, we have Whirlwind. Same players. Game two. This is a best of 5.
Mm-hmm.
And remember that overlay, part two. Remember that overlay. All right, so in the top right of Whirlwind Ladder Edition, we have our red Protoss, Gravity's Poison.
And in the top left corner, we got the dried bread, Muukzor.
The dried bread.
Mm-hmm.
Anything to make salad a little less healthy.
Uh-oh, Partoof crashed.
All right, we might have to restart this one. All right, more technical difficulties, but I have the right overlay, so I'm happy.
Okay, I guess we'll try that one again.
Absolutely. Looks like Tooth has been kicked from BattleNet. So, what have you been up to, Doc? We haven't casted together in a long time.
Um, Not too much, really. I've been getting back into Counter-Strike quite a bit.
Nice, nice.
The fire has been reignited somewhat.
I am replaying StarCraft and Brood Wars campaigns, so
That's cool.
yeah, I'm halfway through the Terran campaign in Brood War. Getting my Legacy of the Void hype on and relearning all the stories.
Nice.
All right, is everything okay? All right. I'm going to go ahead and promote you to party leader here, and then we can rock and roll. All right, the crown is yours.
Let's do this.
All right, so once again, we are entering into the second game here between Muukzor and Poizon. Remember that Muukzor is a race switcher, and so now he is going as Protoss. So we got a PvP for you.
I always forget that.
Yes, dirty race switcher. So in the top right, we have currently down 0-1, the red Protoss, Gravity's Poison. And here in the top left, we have the Dirty Dirty Race Switcher currently playing as the blue Protoss, Muukzor, going by the handle of Crouton.
So we'll see how early we get scouting, because I think that might be key.
Absolutely. Usually is. You can see they're very even here on the probe and the pylon. Timing's coming down perfect. Muukzor does have his pylon pretty offset here, I guess just to clean up dead space, avoid cannon rushes, things like that.
Probably to look for that pylon that's going to be dropping those DTs, would be my guess.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, there's not really any point in hiding his structures. It's just getting and keeping that vision early on. And Poizon does go out for the probe scout and guesses the worst possible order.
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty frustrating. Muukzor seems pretty confident right now in his gameplay, not even going for the scout.
Yep.
Does have his gateway down a little bit later. Not significantly, just mainly due to the distance of how far away it is.
Mm-hmm.
Second gas going down for Poizon.
Odd pylon placement from Crouton, from Muukzor, but we'll see.
And the hidden pylon does go down in the bottom right for Poizon, so that wasn't a scout at all. And I think we're going to see a Dark Shrine pretty soon here.
Yeah, the Dark Shrine. As soon as... Well, there's still some time.
Get
So
a little bit more time.
Muukzor still has time to scout it. But it looks like they might be going for the same thing.
It is possible, but the key point here is Muukzor's second gas much later than Poizon's, and so if they go into the same thing, Poizon's going to have a pretty clear advantage.
There's the Twilight Council. So is it going to be Blink, or is it going to be DTs?
I'm still thinking DTs, but I mean, on a one base, how early Poizon took that second gas, I'm not thinking heavy stalker. Of course, you can make it work, but now both players mining 6 gas here. Poizon gets a scout off.
Mm-hmm. She's going to be worried when she sees nothing.
Yep, sees absolutely nothing. Let's see if she turns around, does a double take. Knows that this Nexus is way too late for a fast expand.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she did
Doesn't
Blink.
go back in. And you're right, she does go with Blink. Okay. Mothership Core coming out here. 1 Stalker on the way, and Blink Research. Now they're going to deny that scout.
Oh, first blood.
Oh, that is frustrating. So Poizon's really on her own here with no vision whatsoever, except knowing that a second is going for. She does not follow up with a second of her own. She's still committing to this 1 base Blink all in.
Muukzor has no idea for any kind of information other than Poizon's a Protoss.
Exactly, but Muukzor is scouting the lower, does not see the buildings with the initial probe in the bottom right, and turns around immediately. Oh, that is so frustrating. Would have seen the Twilight Council flashing, knowing that more than likely Blink was in process. And is going to get that scout. Very soon he is going to know that this is a 1 base all in, though.
Yeah, he's got Immortals coming out. It's going to be a massacre if she tries to come in with Blink Stalkers.
Yeah, that's not so good. 5 Stalkers on the field versus 4 Sentries and 1 Immortal. That Guardian Shield in combination with the Immortal's already ability with a couple of force fields, not going to work.
Yeah.
All right, so Muukzor gets the scout off that there is no second, and then is able to get up here completely unopposed. Sees 3 gateways. lays down a pylon in her base, and I'm assuming right now he's probably his biggest fear right now is DTs.
Yeah. No detection for anyone.
No detection whatsoever. And Poizon has no idea that there's a pylon in her base. Pylon is finished. Fun's about to happen.
Oh,
Here we go. These stalkers very well positioned with that vision here by the mothership core. But
things are
I'm
gonna get
assuming
interesting.
here come the warp-ins. 4 zealots coming in. Just enough for some harass, I assume. Warp gates are ready to warp in for Poizon, so she should be able to spawn pretty easily with this. Plus, she has a recall call if things get too bad.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And the probe massacre has
5,
begun.
6, 8. Oh my goodness, this is not good at all. Something finally warping in after 14 probes go down. This game is over.
Yeah.
Poizon has 5 minerals in the bank and 4 probes left. Oh, yeah, there's nothing that can be done.
Photon overskill.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Oh, nice blink out.
Nice blink out over those force fields, but the econ damage is just too real. 2 probes lost on 2 bases for Muukzor. 16 probes down on 1 base. There's nothing that can be done with that failure. Bringing the probes in, just take a little bit extra damage. Going for the all-in right here. Pylons being warped in completely
Mothership
around.
donation.
Yep. Oh, no, this is game over, folks.
Yeah.
That is
Poison just has
unfortunate.
nothing. Yep.
But it is a best of 5, so she's not out of anything yet.
There's the GG.
Absolutely. Those 4 zealots, man, that was pretty ridiculous how much damage they did.
I don't think it was spotted with any kind of efficiency either. I think there was at least 8 probes before there was any kind of response. 8
I
probes
would
there.
have to agree. But she was hurting for money at the time. So, but still, even warping in 1 or 2 zealots. And Yuri, yes, this is the place on the internet where there are girls in your area looking to hook up. It's right here. So be ready. They could come at any time. Haha, that means 2 things.
All right, so Muukzor, Crouton Man, up 2 games to nothing.
Yep, Muukzor is doing very well. I'm hoping we get to see some cheese out of him here because, I mean, if you're up 2-0 in a best of 5, it's time for the cheese.
Yep, end it quick. Might as well.
Where's my love, Yuri? What is this? Partouf is great. Doc is good.
Soproni is a jabroni.
And there it is. That's not very nice at all. So in the top left, we have the blue race switching Zerg player, Muukzor, who now has played all 3 races in this matchup. Let's see if he can 3-0.
Very weird. Anyway, in the bottom right, the DT Queen, who we haven't seen a DT from yet, playing on Team Gravity. Poizon.
Oh, yeah. Standard Overlord Scout going out here for Muukzor. This is Akalon Wastes, which I believe is actually now in the current pool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So this is a really old Wings of Liberty map that they have brought back for the Dream Pool, which excited so many people.
I don't get the hate on the Dream Pill, but whatever.
I'm having a hard time with it. but yeah, it's not specific. It's just I've been playing on that old pool for so long that it
Hmm.
was a little harder to adjust.
Fair enough.
But the more tournaments I watch on it, of course, the better I'm going to get. That's the biggest frustration for me is so few tournaments are using any of these maps. When I want to watch the pros play games on the maps to learn strategies, that's my
Exactly.
biggest frustration. If I saw the best doing it, I would learn how to diffuse the cheeses, of course, and then I'd be all right. So my pain point is the fact that they're just not playing. So early expand here for Muukzor. We're coming into 30 minutes, or excuse me, 3 minutes, and this hatchery is almost halfway done. So no pool at all. This is
Man.
greedy,
Yeah, both
but
players being pretty greedy.
yep, working out well for Muukzor because Poison's also laying down that second nexus.
Triple expand for
Triple expand before pool. This is as greedy as it gets. And one gas is just completing here.
yeah, yeah, one gas before pool two. Wow. Muxer, you crazy, crazy piece of pepperoni.
Yeah, so I was hoping for cheese, and this is as uncheesed as it gets. This
Yeah,
is like
turn into a
dried
giant mackerel.
almonds.
So
And
just a
Poison
little.
does have a probe here. Did scout the initial expand, but that is it.
Still didn't see the third. Yeah.
And it was so long ago that she is unaware of how late this pool is. This pool is just now at about three-quarters of the way done, with three drones already comfortable on gas. Um, So I assume we're going to see metabolic boost right away.
Yep.
Three queens in production, and metabolic boost should start now. There it is.
So
Bold.
no gas pool or gas pull from Crouton. So still gonna not just all inning. So could have more of a follow
Absolutely.
up. Probably
But
Banes, I would guess.
one thing to note is that Poison is still five probes ahead of Crouton, despite his aggressive opening. But as soon as these queens come out, I assume that's going to change real fast.
Yeah, that won't last long.
Injects going in at all three, perfectly timed. There's nothing so good as of a feeling as Zerg as when all your injects are at the same time.
Yeah, but that never happens.
No, not very well. So that Overlord's getting a free scout here, coming in, sees production, um, and sees that the chronos are not being utilized here on the Cyber Core, but really not much other information. That Stalker's going to chase it away.
Mhm.
Does get the fourth gas timing, but this late in a heavy macro game, that fourth
Yeah, it doesn't
gas
matter.
timing at this level doesn't really give anything away. So some small amounts of
Overlord
lings
makes
are in
it.
production.
I can't believe Overlord made it.
Oh, did it really? I thought it was
Yeah.
gone for sure.
No.
Oh, my goodness.
So lots of Overlords hovering across the map here. It looks like Muxer just wants a bunch of vision.
Uh, and Muukzor does spot that pylon by Poison and takes it down.
Yeah, there's some good Overlord vision for Muxer here.
Absolutely. Looking for that dark shrine, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're just crawling over the map here. Gonna find this other pylon at the Selnaga Tower. Oh, nope. He
No,
stops.
I
Injections
think.
going in. Beautifully timed again.
Yeah, it's just a probe though. It's not a pylon.
Oh, excuse me. I misspoke. I saw probe and thought probe.
Okay.
Rocks being broken down here for Poison.
Mm-hmm. Wants to secure that third as fast as possible. I don't know if she knows it's. No, she still doesn't know about. Still doesn't know about his third.
She has to assume, though, with the fact that she's just now spotting her first ling. They didn't even poke before, so I think the assumption of a third is pretty obvious at 9 minutes in. Now this fourth, obviously different story. I
Hmm.
assume we're gonna see Muukzor break down these rocks.
First
First
blood. Wow.
blood. At 9 minutes and
At
15
nine.
seconds, a single ling goes down.
That's crazy.
All right,
Well,
so Infestation, Pit, and Spire. Are we gonna see a Swarm host game?
I sure hope not.
Well,
Looks
no
like Link.
evolution chambers. Am I wrong here?
Yeah, I haven't seen any.
I
No,
mean, could be
just a
Muta.
bunch of lings.
Yeah. If it was Muta, I would really expect melee to already be in process to help with those lings against the stalkers, but I guess we're gonna have to wait and see here.
So, hallucinated Phoenix is gonna try to scout. I don't think Poison's gonna be happy.
No, absolutely not. Sees that they're already going into Hive Tech.
Pretty much
One
full
Spire down,
saturation.
full saturation, and so much money in the bank. Um, I don't quite understand
Corruptors.
Broodlords.
10 corruptors. Yeah, that's gonna be Windlords.
Windlords coming in. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. Going into Hive Tech, no research being done on this Spire here
Yeah,
for upgrades.
it's the only reason to make corruptors in this situation.
Yeah. Still no evolution chamber though. Okay. Saturating that fourth almost instantly.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yes, this is going to be tough. And now, I mean, their army supplies are pretty evenly matched. Blink is not done, which is really going to hurt against Broodlords.
Yeah, the Greater Spire is on the way.
Yep, there it is.
Small warping from Poison picks off an Overlord, but I don't know. With the amount of lings and bank Muukzor has, probably could have just walked across and won.
Yes, but why not get the free units? Am I right?
Yeah. He wants his Broodlords, that's for sure. He's not going to push, he's just waiting until Broodlords.
Yep, pretty clearly. No Twilight Council down. How is there no? Oh, there is. Excuse me.
Yeah, there is.
Okay, but Blink is not. Blink is not started, which is unfortunate.
Fleet Beacon, okay. Looks like those lings are catching the stalkers out in the middle, and he's going to get a pylon here. That's not good. Another setback for Poison when she's already way behind.
Yes, this is not going to be fun. Their army supply is still pretty close, but
10
10
Broodlords
brood
warping.
lords are warping in,
Or, sorry.
not evolving. Oh god, that would be terrifying if Zerg could warp in. Actually, I like it. Let's do it.
Let's all right, Blizzard, a firmly worded letter.
Does that just mean a lot of sorries for a Canadian?
Yeah.
Okay.
A firmly worded letter only has one sorry, actually.
Oh, okay, because
Just
it's
one.
very harsh. Phoenix does catch those Broodlords and a whole lot of Corruptors. So she now knows what she's up against. Blink is halfway done. And
man.
Pulse Crystals have been started, which is nice. That is going to help.
This is going to be rough. 9 more Broodlords.
With one Stargate, it's not going to be possible.
Okay, so there's going to be 20 Broodlords for Crouton.
So I really think Void Rays should be happening right now.
Literally no air defense.
Well, 4 Phoenixes.
No, I mean Crouton has no
Oh,
anti-air.
okay. Yes, exactly. I
I
would
guess
think Void
Queens, but that's it.
Rays because how well that they counter corruptors before they're morphed.
Mm-hmm.
Lings are moving in. Muukzor
Is
does
this just
not
an
have the
A-move?
best. It looks
No,
like it. Oh no.
no. Going for the rocks.
Mothership gets a kill. Free lane.
This is insane.
Mothership sees the entire weight and goes to work on the Lings. Second Ling down for the Mothership core.
Oh, yeah, these Broodlords have no defense.
Right? An aggressive blink is really needed here. Maybe force field off that rock, but nope, not done. An aggressive blink needs to happen now. Nope,
These
it's not.
Broodlords.
Oh, this is not good. The Phoenixes are just too slow. And
This
there's
is
two
insane.
Phoenixes just sitting over the Stargate for poison. Not doing anything. Oh no. Alright, the blink is done, but it's just not going to take enough down fast
Get out
enough.
of there.
Phoenixes are still just sitting on top of the Stargate. Another Phoenix in production. She realizes she has more Phoenixes than being utilized, pulls it in, is going to clean up these Broodlords, but a whole wave of Corruptors and Lings are on the way.
Yeah.
All the
those
Stalkers are
Broodlords.
down. And
Yeah, I
now
don't
all the
think there's
Broodlords
anything.
are cleaned up.
There's too many Lings.
Now, as amazing as this is, the exchanges have been pretty even, but these Zealots are not going to have enough time here. Trying to kite with the Phoenixes against Corruptors, not doing a very good job. Zealots completely surrounded. The Lings pull off. I'm not
man.
sure why.
Yeah, she could have, or Muxer could have had a couple free zealots there. Well, maybe not free.
Absolutely. Well, I mean,
When you
to a
do all the
4-base Zerg.
damage, yeah, when you do all the damage to their shield and then just run away, you're only hurting yourself.
Yep, exactly.
So the Phoenixes look like they're going around doing some Overlord picking off. See if
Lings coming back in. A lot more Zealots have warped in, and as Doc pointed out, all those damaged Zealots had their shields recharged, which is just awful. But to a 4-base Zerg, that's pretty insignificant. Roaches and 7 Infestors about to pop with a couple Vipers.
look at all those
This is-
freaking Lings.
And why does Poison have nothing in production?
That bank.
I know. I don't understand. Dark Shrine is completed, which I missed that going up.
That's the trouble with Phoenixes, though, right? Micro intense.
Yep.
Sometimes you forget. Was that? Okay, that's just the sound of vipers dying? I thought that was a Nidus. No.
I didn't even hear.
So,
DTs,
yeah, the DTs are in the base.
which is nice. No detection, getting a lot of free kills. Oh, there comes a detection.
Phoenix is getting fungled to death here.
All
in
right,
the middle.
so
It's a good
now
catch.
Poison is significantly winning the resource exchange and puts down her 4th base. A lot of High Templar, all just next to each other. That always scares me.
This has turned into an insane game. I did not think Poison should still be in this.
No, but
No.
Muukzor had a very bad unit composition and was a little overconfident.
Oh, that is about right on the money, my friend.
More DTs
little
warping
overconfident.
in.
A little overconfident was an understatement.
Yes, pure Broodlord rush is a little overconfident. So more DTs with a combination of Zealots coming in. They're going to take down this infestation pit.
And
Maybe get a
couple-
free investor.
couple of them.
Yay! Fantastic. Greater Spire does go down, but not really being utilized anymore. The nice thing is I don't know if Muukzor is aware of the DTs at this point. Looks like he
No
is
detection.
pulling in Overseers.
Okay, there we go.
But most of these DTs are dying with double-digit kills, so not a horrible trade. It's just very gas to mineral intensive if it wasn't for those infestors that went down.
Another Zealot Warp in here in the
Yep,
fourth.
fantastic. I am not sure what Poison wants to switch into. Oh, there it is. Tempests. Tempest coming in.
Crazy.
What other choice does she have? She does have Storm, and she has High Templar that have been sitting around and have 130 energy each, which is fantastic for when they go into this. Muukzor has really overbuilt on Vipers here and a little bit on Infestors, which is going to hurt them if they get to a maxed out point. You can see he is already maxed out practically, and just not enough meat in his army. A couple good storms.
Yeah, 2 new expansions down for Muukzor, though. Just finished. So he's going to be back getting bank again.
All right, storm's going down, I hope.
Go. Let's go.
I hope. All right, there's one.
Oh, a really
Blink
good
away.
one.
Run away.
It's pretty good storms. Those wings are... Oh, feedbacks on the infestors.
That is very nice. And those blinding clouds on team colors are really cool.
Oh, man. What are you doing with these Vipers, man?
I don't know, but Tempest is out. Is Poison going to decide to show it? Doesn't appear so. Yep.
Still no anti-air for Muukzor.
None at
Still
all unless
nothing
you
to
count,
shoot air.
unless
I
you
guess.
count infestors.
Yeah, but that's... I mean, fungals, how nerfed they are, it's not viable.
I would do more fungal and infested Terran combo, but yes. Hydralisk Den is just about to complete here, so we're going to see a massive Hydra incoming very soon. I'm guessing all 50 of the space left. Tunneling Claws happening. Roaches going in, a little incognito.
There's a cannon there, though, so...
Yep. Oh, that did not work out very well. Would have been faster or more effective to walk them in.
Probably. Still a little bit of distraction while he sends his stuff into other bases, so...
Yep. And then keep in mind, there are still 5 roaches going to the main base. Once again, aptly placed cannon should catch them before they can do any serious probe damage. Not that there's any serious probe. Ooh, free High Templar.
Free High Templar? That's almost worth it.
Oh, don't do that. That was bad. To clarify, if Part 2 wasn't looking at it, sent in 1 High Templar to storm the roaches and died.
Yeah, a couple of donations there.
No focus firing. Poison's micro is not up to the level I've seen her play at right now.
Yeah, it almost seems like these giant macro games are not her forte.
Excellent blinding cloud going down here,
Yeah.
and then a fungal on top, doing great damage to these stalkers. Another fungal.
A couple Viper donations, couple Infestor donations.
Yep. If she can take down the rest of these infestors, I think that was definitely worth it. And
Oh, my
also,
goodness.
despite the bank difference, one thing to point out is the lost arm.
Oh my god, all those lings.
Oh,
This is
that's
madness, by the way.
yes. Oh, that's gonna hurt very much.
Yeah, she's already blinked.
Yep. And seems to have no idea about the 5 bases here. There's no way she's going to be able to keep up with that.
Where are the Hydras?
Not in production
Where are
yet.
the Hydras? More roaches, more roaches, more roaches.
Yep, 12 more roaches just about to pop. And there are 26 Hydras in production and 1 Spire. This
Wow.
is not going to end well.
This Tempest is putting in some work, though.
Absolutely.
What a crazy game this is.
Though, unfortunately, all the Tempests have a combined total of kills of about 20, and that's not very good for 10 Tempests.
Okay, Hydras.
Here they come.
Now's your time to shine.
That's not good. Oh, so much overkill. There we go. Better splits. Fantastic. Cleaned up the hydras without any real problem. Excellent work.
Those Vipers would have been handy.
So, yep, they would have. 10 of the 26 hydras have been down, and 22 more in production. Groove Spines also just now completing. Queen's going in to die against the Tempests. Ooh, I like
tried
this.
throwing a couple roaches down at the bottom there, but those got taken care of.
And the bulk of the hydras are about to move in.
Here we go.
Archon died before it could do any damage. One Tempest down. Two more
man.
Archons. Already out of shields. Ah. Couple half-filled carriers coming in.
That Hydra damage.
Oh, that is so much DPS. That's rough. All these
Hydras
Tempests.
from the top. I don't think Poison has enough to recover from this.
I don't think so. I mean, technically these are still even trades that are happening, but with the base count alone, even trades are not acceptable for Poison.
I think at this point it's the upgrades that are killing her.
Yep. No upgrades whatsoever on the Air Force. A couple of DTs coming in here are going to get some good kills. But I'm sure that Overseer's...
There's a spore.
Oh, okay. Two more spores going down.
Yeah. Well, we're going to lose his base, though.
Nice, nice.
What nice trap.
Excellent.
One left. I thought okay, there we go.
Yep, picked
Baits
off.
it into the spore.
An observer does see this army move out, and 17 army supply for Poison.
That's just not going to cut the mustard.
Nope. And it's not even that hard to cut mustard. You only need like a spoon. Good storms going down here, but kills her own DT. Does hold off.
That's good, man. I like that.
Does pick it off. Army supply is now 106 to 21. That is not good.
Income levels. Still not bad for Poison.
No, it's really not. Muukzor has no gas at all, or just not mining. Okay, still has 5,000 gas at his 6th base.
What a crazy game.
I did not
expect it to go this long.
I did not either. We're at 35 minutes, and it has been a good game. Hopefully Poison gets the cancel off on this Nexus. Nope.
Rough.
It's rough. That was 3 Zealots. Moving across here with these Stalkers, I'm not entirely sure why I would run away with them now.
It's going to be a donation.
Yep. And they're dead. Working our way up to 21 army supply. High Templars.
Come on. No Overlord speed yet for Crouton. Give me a break.
Did you learn nothing from J Dong at WCS? Always Overlord speed.
Yeah, man.
Oh, good storm's gonna happen here. Oh no. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's just not effective.
Not enough.
Not enough.
Now that High Templar does have 15 kills on it, and that is pretty impressive for a unit with no attack.
It's not bad.
It has more kills than her carrier.
Spine's coming down like crazy on the 6th base of Muukzor.
Alright, so... But keep in mind, Muukzor is down to the same number of mining bases as Poison. So now econs are matched, and Banks is in Poison's favor, believe it or not.
Guess what Muukzor's making? Swarm hosts.
I called that earlier. If he did that, he would have won the game.
Yeah, so it looks like there's one on the field at least.
um,
Couple. Oh, there's a couple.
yeah, there's 6 already out
Yeah.
and 6 locusts. I'm not entirely sure where at this point. Oh no, these High Templar are gonna go down. No, 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 no.
Could be a 6 snipe here.
There it
Oh,
is.
man. Burrow, burrow, burrow.
So Poison A
That's
moved in there, and as we know, when you A move with High Templar, they try to hug the units to death,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't work. That's
Hugging doesn't do
unfortunate.
any damage.
It doesn't. A lot of love, but no damage. So we've got 10 swarm hosts on the field right now, and 4 more in production for Muukzor. A
Yeah, the
second
swarm hosts really aren't doing
infestation
anything though.
pit is about to finish.
I mean, they're spawning locusts, but these locusts aren't doing anything. Warp
Why
prison up
is there
top.
second infestation pit about to finish?
So can we see DTs or zealots? No, zealots.
Okay, Muukzor let his second infestation pit finish and is researching out of neither of them.
Hive's gonna go down at the top here.
That is going to be a nice pickoff.
Muxer's giant army down at the bottom is just gonna start walking in. A little better position for a swarm host now.
And Econ's still about matched. Bank a little bit better for Muukzor, but a lot of gas.
During locusts, are they researched yet?
Um,
No, just started.
yep, correct. Just started.
See, I don't like this by Muxer. Like, this is a useless base. Why is he attacking it? You know? This down at the bottom, there's no reason for it.
There's no technology. There's no mining. I agree. Now he's got no sight on the 2 mining bays. Actually, no, he does. His overlord's over there.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I'm not entirely sure. Except he's hoping to get into the tech tree behind that at the natural. That's the only thing I could think of. Free Tempest going down, that hurts so very much when they're so evenly matched in terms of resources. A lot of damage being done here. Spire about to go down.
More free tempests. Well, maybe not free, but
Yep.
they didn't do what they should have been doing.
Essentially free. I mean, that cost exchange. So such excellent work here cleaning up. Tech tree is severely damaged. Only thing left on the field is a spawning pool and an infestation pit for Muukzor.
So we have a straight up base trade going here?
I don't think so because the bases are so spread out.
Yeah. There's no armor upgrades at all for Poison.
Oh, that is so rough. So Poison is aware of what's going on, doesn't try to expand her tech tree at all in her, what's that, 5th, 6th? Just keeps going with all these spine crawlers at, I'm just going to say, Crouton's final expansion. This is not going to be easy to move into.
No. He needs to get some probes down there, though.
Well, he is pulling back. He's going to
Or
try to
drones, I
take
guess.
out this army. He does have a slight supply lead, and with no Colossus on the field, this is not good.
No armor, no Colossus.
Yeah, not good to fight locusts with neither of those things. The robotics facility did survive with 20 health back at Poison's main, but
Big
no
fight here.
robotics back. Excellent fight going in.
Those
Fellas are doing a
Hydras.
great job tanking, but against that Hydra DPS.
The Hydra's damage with no armor. It's just
And-
melt city.
Yep, and now 2 stalkers go down fighting locusts. Just unfortunate. With 19 swarm hosts on the field. Locust rallies are being split up at this point to try to protect both sides.
5 more swarm hosts on the way.
Poizon now has a clear economic lead as far as income goes, which is going to be nice while it lasts, but it is not going to last long.
No.
Muukzor's bank is running dry. Really needs to utilize her kills, not give up any kills to free units. She's going back into a Tempest build, which unit composition I like, but where
What's
are
going on with these? Yeah. I don't know what that was. Overlord donation? This is madness. What a crazy game.
This is total madness. Absolute anarchy. I don't even know what StarCraft is anymore.
Tempest gonna get the spawning pool here.
Yep, spawning pool is going to go down. I really like to have a Phoenix with these Tempests just because Tempest's range is longer than their vision. So it's nice to be able to see that little bit at the end. More Tempests coming in. Only one upgrade, though. That's so frustrating.
Yeah. You had the Cybercore all game.
All right. Muukzor's Hydras are going into a soon-to-be depleted mining base. And Poizon does not even stay to fight. Moves out with the DTs and the Stalkers right away out of her real mining base. Oh, Poizon's just losing probes left and right.
And I think this is the final stand for Poizon down at the expansion here. But as soon as she sees all the spines and spores, she's going to be disappointed.
Absolutely, and I did lose to a base trade where the other guy only had a spore left running around, so that makes things very difficult. Such a massive army, not going to be easy to fight. Now, all production has likely stopped permanently for both players.
Yeah, I think income is almost done.
17 Hydras against 8 Tempests is what it's likely going to turn into. 17 Hydras and 2 Queens. Oh no! Tempest going down to Spore Crawlers! Oh! 2 Tempests! Okay, only one.
Tempest, please.
Tempest, please. What are you doing, Tempest? Tempest, excellently working here. Shooting Locusts as Swarm Hosts walk by. Spore Crawlers moving in. Tempest need to fall back now. No, Poizon. Notice.
Poizon, please.
Please. That is just heartbreaking.
This is insane. I don't know who's going to win, man. I don't know who's going to win.
Saw this huge zealot army for Poizon and then realized, no, that's 30 changelings.
Yeah, those are changing.
So where did she get the money for that? Mothership out! Fantastic! I missed that in production. I'm a horrible caster.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even know what to say.
Where are the last 2 probes? Muukzor is now stealing Poizon's base. Poizon should really be trying to clean up these Spore Crawlers with these Tempests here. The creep is running out, which is a nice thing. It's going to start doing free damage to the rest of these units, everything but extractors. Mothership Core is skirting around the main base to try to get to the Stalkers.
I only see 1 probe on the map.
There's 2. I'm not entirely sure where the second one is. I've been looking for it for a while.
Oh yeah, the one's right by the pylon.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Thank you, Martu.
I didn't see the one on the ramp. So,
Okay. So, Muukzor's pretty much abandoned his 2 bases down here, and is now mining again from the one at the top.
I don't like... Only 1 Spore Crawler left, and it is unburrowed. Do Spore Crawlers detect unburrowed? No, correct?
No.
They don't. Okay, so move in with the Mothership. please move in with the mothership?
Just have to ask nicely.
All right, so the mothership is taking out all these overlords, which is nice, but there's no army, no mining. I think this is game over for Poizon. Here come roaches in to harass an empty base.
What is even happening right now?
I don't know. But the cannon gets a few free hits. Changelings coming in here to scout out his old base.
Yeah, I think at this point Muxer's got to realize that he needs to kill all of her buildings, because he's not going to kill all the Tempests, I don't think, and the Mothership Core.
Well, Muukzor's mining.
Yeah, that's big too.
So
still, the pool's not done though. It doesn't have a spawning pool.
True, but bank is being rebuilt. No supply, a lot of overlords in production, but they're popping now.
It needs some vision, big time.
And Poizon does have enough for a Nexus. I think the question is just where. Now, killing these overlords is pretty nice, because that's what he's struggling to make right now.
I mean, Poizon's got a lot of bank. She could have been warping in. Like, she's got a couple warp gates still up. She could have been warping in this whole time.
Yeah, but gate units are not really going to be very helpful here. Oh, and here comes the Hydra conflict. No micro whatsoever to speak of. The Tempests go down, and this is going to be GG,
yeah, that's going to be... Oh, he pulls...
He pulls the Hydras. That was... Oh, cool. Kill
what is
these
even
overseers.
Happening?
Totally kill these overseers.
What is even happening right now?
Why is this real life? Alright, so the overseers run away, therefore no more detection. If that mothership can just get to a point where it can cover those Tempests, and Poizon's retreating with the only fully health Tempest. Maybe misclick. Swarmhosts are running away, moving into the base trade. Not going to go well because of a couple pylons down. Muukzor is about to lose that only mining base to speak of, and I think creep tumors do not count. I think his only buildings are there. And Nexus goes down. I guess a protection Nexus. I think Poizon's got this game.
I don't believe it.
Move in with everything. Go now. The swarm hosts are coming home. She's running out of time. She's got 1,000, 2,000, 2,500 HP to go through. And then that should be it, ladies and gentlemen. Never mind. A hatchery does go down with the last remaining minerals over in Poizon's naturally third. Oh, I thought that was it.
What a game.
What a game. Nexus needs to go down right here in this mineral field because it is the most saturated base on the field. This is it has more minerals than any other minefield out here. Locusts coming in, but no detection, so we're okay. I mean, I'm not biased. All right, so here it goes. Overseers are kind of scared of their life right now. But all they have to do is kind of float over here, and then those stalkers are down for the count. Oh, no, 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 bad. Here come the overseers. DT goes down. Templar goes down. Stalkers melting and melting and melting away. And a blink forward. Ooh, never blink forward against Locust.
Maybe a misclick, we'll call it.
Yeah, it must have been. Because it did retreat immediately. And then blinked away. These Tempests are going hunting, which I don't mind that call, actually. Now
yeah, not into Hydras.
Yeah.
The only Hydras left.
Oh my gosh, a recall! What is happening? I know, but that was a brilliant call with 12 health left on her third Tempest. Her only real DPS left on the field. Oh my gosh. The only thing I can think of here is Stalker Dive to kill Hydras. Oh my gosh.
Donation. Not good. Is she just spreading out her stalkers? I don't know if that's wise.
I don't think it is. Oh no, this Stalker's dead. Another donation. That's a shame.
Oh, one of the last probes down. She does have a base. She can't make more, I guess.
Yep. Gateway going into production.
So, Crouton is mining.
He is indeed. With 5 drones. 4. One's going to steal that base back, which is the most saturated base left in the game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, the other one.
Great one.
The one that has barely 300. Okay, it's got about 1,000 minerals left. So sending in a couple roaches.
Roaches do find the gateways. Maybe we'll get 3 cancels here, maybe not. Nope. Nope. And nope.
And we've officially eclipsed 1 hour.
Oh my gosh.
I can't believe
Game
that.
looked over at 10 minutes when all the Broodlords popped. All right.
The
There
massive
are
zing.
6 Hydras and 3 Tempests on the map. Run away. The Tempest should be able to win here.
Hydras.
4 Hydras left on the map, taking down this mothership. GG's calling! Oh my gosh!
Oh my god.
Poizon wins the game!
Oh my god.
Unbelievable!
That's one of
Fantastic
the
recovery
epic
by
games
Poizon.
I've ever seen.
Like 9 times over, Poizon just would not give up. So much heart. So much heart. Actually,
I don't even know what to say.
just that was what happened.
That was the thing. And
That was a real thing. Wow. So I'm gonna need 3 minutes, guys, and I'll be right back.
I need a short break. I need to get a drink.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome game.
Run commercials or something too.
I'm back. What's the command for the aceCate cup on base trade? We're really blowing this part, too. I'm pretty sure it still exists. Oh, Ace T. Boom. We did it!
BasetradeTV bot knows my name. What? All right, so we are going into the fourth game of the series, and it is 2-1 right now with Muukzor lead.
Hopefully a little more confidence at a Poizon after that last game. Holy Dinah. That was crazy.
Yeah. Well, that bearded guy is ugly. He must be talking about you because my beard has shrunk in its majesty. Trying to find a job, had to look professional and whatnot.
Gross. Sell out.
I know, I know. And the worst thing is the job that I ended up taking. First interview I did with the beard. Second interview they commented like, "Oh, where did it go?"
You
So
silly single man.
I know
Silly,
it'll
silly
come
man.
back. Drinking.
Soproni is drinking Pringles.
This isn't Pringles. This is football. See, it's got all the teams on there.
Oh. Yuri. I have hit accept. Looks like we're got our. Oh, okay. There we go. There's
I'm
two.
downloading.
There's three.
There
There
it
we go.
is. All right, so looks like Crouton is going as Terran. Just remember, Yuri, everyone is beautiful if you drink enough. Did you guys know that you could place supply depots in narrow areas to block enemy access?
Whoa.
Amazing, these tooltips.
I heard a wild rumor that Reapers can jump up short cliffs.
No way. OP. In the bottom right, we have the race switcher Muukzor, who just lost an hour-and-a-half long macro game. He is now switching from Zerg to Terran. Muukzor, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. Completely threw away that last game, by the way. Full NA. In my opinion. Anyway.
It stands for non-American, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Spawning in the top left. Just pulled off a crazy game. DT were solid. Went air with absolutely zero air defense from the other player. We got Poizon. Team Gravity.
All right, so let's see what the players do coming off of that game. Early gas here for Muukzor. Gateway started here for Poizon. Imagine they're both kind of bashful about going into a macro game again. People get frustrated after those long games, want to end it quick. I think we're going to see some early pressure here from Muukzor. And Doc's mic is bugged out, so I'm casting solo, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready for a whole lot of Soproni, a whole lot of time. Second pylon going down here for Poizon as the gateway finishes. Still just probing up, nothing too crazy. Barracks about to finish for Crouton. Nice scout, early scout, all in all, but it's a small map. And the barracks has just finished up. We're going to see if we're going right into unit production or a reactor is my guess. Factory goes down. So probably some Hellions, maybe some early Widow Mine pressure. Last time Muukzor went early Hellions, though, he did have second gas in production a little bit earlier. Completely blocked off that probe that went out for the scout is dead. Cybernetics core about 3/4 of the way done here for Poizon. Probe just trying to stay alive as long as possible, get that scout. Tech lab goes down on the barracks, not a reactor. So Poizon does get to see that, which is pretty advantageous at this time. Tech lab goes on to the factory. Poizon had her chance to run away, doesn't take it. Just keep it on this scout. No second gas for either player at this time. Cybernetics Core has started Warp Gate. A lot of chronos built up on the Nexus. Not sure what they're going to go to yet. Mothership Core is out, and second base is down for Poizon. So, economic lead, and then the command center is also started, but inside of Muukzor's main. Tanks coming out, and one Marine in production. Second gas just finishing up here for Poizon. Still at a huge buildup of chrono on Poizon's main. One stalker out, gateway not in production. First blood goes down. That probe is finally killed. Tank is rolling out. So one tank and two Marines are going across the map right now. Tech lab also being built on the barracks. I'm guessing we're going to see that pull up and maybe go onto that starport, maybe for some Banshee play. Tank sets up in a defensive position. Command center just finishing up, about to be moved down into Muukzor's natural. So slight lead on the second base for Poizon, but with only 5 probes there, it's not crazy economic lead with this level of play. That tech lab does stay on the barracks, so we're going to see Marine Marauder Bio Ball reactor coming down on the starport. Second gas just finished up. Third gas goes down for Poizon. Robotics facility is down, but just making observers at this point. 2 gateways about to complete. Bunker goes down to secure up that defensive position for Muukzor. He's playing very defensive this game. Not going to be easy to penetrate this with what's on the field alone. Fourth gas also completed for Poizon. And still mining off 6. Our robotics facility not in production. Warp gate is done. 2 forges about to come down along with a robotics bay. So this is a much more standard Protoss move here than what we've seen Poizon going with in the last. US supply block just finished up, but supply blocked again and gets out of it. Vikings out. So we've got 2 Vikings now on the field. And then heavy Marine production. No Marauders yet, but they should be coming at any time with that tech lab on that barracks. So Vikings going out, probably more for a scout than an actual push. Mothership Core does some damage to the tank, but not anything serious. Is going to siege up here and get some free shots. No high ground vision at this time, but it's Terran. So high ground vision can come at any time. And the Vikings come in to provide that vision. Cannon at the end gets canceled. Ooh, free shots there on those stalkers. They don't have the range to hit that tank. I'm not sure why they're dancing over there. Mothership Core is unable to move in because of the double Viking. They're sitting over it. That assimilator is going to fall likely. And Poizon is coming around to try to flank this army. Pretty good call. Definitely can't take this up until those 5 Marines just join for reinforcements. Everybody's staying on 2 bases for right now. No push, no expansion. Vikings dipping in here a little bit just to provide that vision. Tank does go down. That's fantastic, but now these stalkers need to get out of there. They're falling to Marines. Oh, that's awful. No blink. Nothing really they can do. A lot of gas just lost there for Poizon. Vikings still kind of just patrolling, maybe trying to bait a photon overcharge. Photon overcharge does go down because that mothership core is going to fall. Nothing they can do about that. 1 Viking does go down to that Nexus, which is fantastic. And then a couple stalkers in here, but not going to be enough to kill it. Viking gets away with 25 health left. So decent placement of observers here for Poizon. She does have an observer outside of the natural of Muukzor, and then on high base on her own side of the map, which is King Sejon Station. Army counts mostly even for this part. No blink for the stalkers, which makes things tough. 1-1 upgrades just about to finish up for Poizon. No upgrades started for Muukzor, with an exception of that combat shield that's just about to finish. Scanning his own base to find that observer. And these stalkers could dip in and get an easy kill on this Viking, which she just scouts, and then the Viking runs away. I'm assuming this probe is just here for a scout. I don't think there's any chance with it being seen of getting a forward pylon down. All right, 2 medevacs coming in production, which are going to make these Marines a lot more useful. That tank is going to fall, which is fantastic. The bunker is fully occupied. Guardian shield down to give a little protection of damage, but not enough with that tank sieged on that high ground. Poizon's going to retreat. 1 Colossi just about to finish up, and then Thermal Lances are in production. Doom Drop going down, and it is scouted. Whether Poizon saw it or not, I'm not sure, but it did cross her mini-map. So 2 fully occupied medevacs are coming into Poizon's natural here. Mothership core has not been rebuilt, so no photon charge available. 16 Marines now in the main with 2 medevacs. That's going to do a lot of damage. This cannon is not going to have enough to take those down. That Colossi is standing out in its own. Prompts the retreat, which is fantastic, but it was still a pretty dangerous move. So 10 Marines did fall, but 11 probes did. So that's pretty harmful there to Poizon. Decent size Marine count coming down here for Muukzor outside of his natural. His 3rd is flying over to land right now. Tanks are taking a forward position to siege up and be a little more aggressive in his defense. Scan goes down in Poizon's 3rd to know the timing of that, so that's pretty hurtful. He knows that he needs to be aggressive here. 3rd base Protoss is not something fun to compete with.
Hello.
And Doc is back.
I'm back.
Fantastic.
Yeah, sorry about that, mic problems. But you can now have a drink while I jibba-jab for a while. So, big drop coming in from the top. There's some zealots there, but it's going to get scouted.
Yep.
And the army movement now, okay.
Those stalkers might be able to kill one of those medevacs. Yes,
Ooh.
nice blink forward. Yes!
Yes, very nice.
Fantastic.
Dirty Protoss cheaters.
Against a race switcher? How do you say that?
Random is the master race.
Absolutely. So OP. Nerf random.
Okay, so Muukzor's still very defensive position. Those tanks.
6 tanks.
That's hard to knock. But it looks like Poizon's going to come around the back, where Muukzor is relatively weak.
Temple
But, I mean,
Archives going down.
He's going to be able to see the attack on the rocks right away, but unsieging and moving all those tanks really only has what, 7?
Rocks fall. All
8?
tanks.
Oh, okay,
there's 8. These 2 tanks, if not handled correctly, are going to fall pretty fast. No Guardian Shield up. Why no Guardian Shield?
A full medevac. Is that going to get picked off?
If she knows, yes, it does.
Yeah, that's huge.
Everybody pulls a bomber once in their lives.
Yeah.
So these Immortals are just getting shelled away at here. Tech Lab is about to fall, which will be helpful, but at what cost?
I think Poizon's got this.
I'm not so sure. There's still a lot of tanks on the field.
Damage. So much damage.
So many Marines are about to pop out here to clean up these Immortals. Tanks will move in to finish up the Colossi. And here come all the Marines. A little bit of confusion on their pop out there. Rallied a little incorrectly.
Still huge damage.
Yep. I think Poizon's got this. No way to pick off that Viking. So the Colossi are all going to fall.
Warp in some... No.
Needs to get to the mineral line.
Muukzor has a drop in the top. not being very effective.
That
Just gonna get
mothership.
cleaned up. Yeah, gets cleaned up. Ouch. I just think Poison's done too much damage at this point.
I think Poison definitely has the lead, but not really. I mean, both naturals fell, and Muukzor is mining a lot more efficiently out of his third.
Yeah, that's
So,
fair.
and then a fully occupied medevac just hanging around in the natural, fully scouted
Hmm.
with stalkers on the field. I don't know why nobody's moving in to deal with that.
Yeah.
Nice observer position by Poison, right in the main of Muukzor. Muukzor's obviously taking all of his energy and devoting it to mules at this point to try to stay ahead in an economic lead. So not likely a scan in his own base will go down. And as long as she doesn't move it, it's hard to spot. Three stalkers moving in here. That was aggressive. But Blink is finished, so she should be able to retreat pretty fast. Excellent.
Nope.
Now she's done.
Yeah. So Muxer brings back his full medevac. Proxy Nexus, for some reason. Poison.
I guess for the hidden aspect, I don't fully understand this, but
No. Interesting.
it is interesting. I mean, it's not likely he'll move out of there anytime soon in that direction, but
No.
that's the only thing I can think of. Economic lead still clearly in favor of Muukzor, but as far as units lost, Poison is winning that exchange. But those mules, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, those mules.
Poison needs some more production.
Absolutely. And to either utilize this nexus by mining enough minerals to make the trade worth it, or I don't know what it's for. I don't know why
Lots of
it's there.
bank, lots of unused warp gates. You
Lots of
start working.
gas. Um, a ghost in production about to finish up for Muukzor. No marauders at all. Um, which is odd because Poison very clearly favors a stalker heavy offense.
Mhm. So the sensor tower from sensor towers from Muxor see the, I don't know, ninja expand, I guess you could call it, but the DTs completely get shut down.
Yep, there was a missile turret in the base. Unfortunately, that's a lot of gas just wasted, and now he knows the Dark Shrine is out. So I still feel like Poison is in a more advantageous position. A lot more scouting information with that observer still being in the main.
She's up on some upgrades too.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize she had 3-3 done. Yeah, that's definitely a pretty strong point. But her unit count, not so good right now.
So one medevac heading right through the middle of the map here to do a drop in a completely undefended natural again.
Yep. 2 probes, 3 probes, and it doesn't even look like. Okay, now she sees it. Doesn't try to run with the probes.
No.
Bit of a mistake.
A zealot would
Decent.
have been nice there.
Yep. Decent blinks to keep all 4 stalkers alive, but even just a quick mineral walk to the third or the main would have saved her a lot of probes there instead of 14 falling. She's going for her 4th asterisk base. Only has 2 probes mining on the, I don't know what do you call it, but it's about to fall, whatever you call it.
The ninja base. That's not really a ninja base.
And
I know what to
Yeah.
call it. The waste of minerals.
well, 2 probes mining. I don't know how long, so that's 500 minerals invested. So 2 probes would have to mine for a long time, actually. Yeah. about 5 minutes for that to be cost effective.
Mm-hmm.
So that that was a waste of minerals. Observer still in the main, unscouted, giving her a great look at the army before it gets to her front base. A lot of ghosts on the field.
Shouldn't you be able to see that observer with the sensor tower? Or Muukzor be able to see?
Um, only when it moves.
Oh, really? Oh.
Thought so. Maybe somebody in chat can give us the technical info. Sensor towers are so rarely built. Any Terran experts in chat?
Double drops coming in from Muukzor.
Gonna take out this 5th.
Yeah. 10 probes worth of damage. Pretty good.
Actually cleaned up before the Nexus falls. Fantastic. What very good save. Not even the pylon goes down.
That's pretty good defense.
Yeah, that was excellent.
10 probes lost still, but that hurts.
Definitely, but losing the Nexus makes it a lot worse. Relatively low econ game for how late we are in it. 30 workers for Poizon and only 40 for Muukzor. Shields level 1 completing right now.
What a long series this has turned into.
I know. Not what I anticipated.
Okay, drop in here from Muukzor. I don't know what it's doing.
Yeah, but such a low health. Oh no. Okay, so he lets off there. Yep.
But ow.
Medevac falls instantly. Wow.
He wanted to
Not
pick
even.
off that base. He wanted to pick off that base and just ended up donating.
Yep. Not even more than shield damage happened there.
Okay, from chat. The sensor tower senses but does not detect any approaching uncloaked, unburrowed enemy units. So it's just seizes them. It doesn't. So if they're cloaked or burrowed, they won't see them either. Interesting.
All right.
Thank you, Yuri. Oh, Templar donation, but good feedback. At least got something for it.
And one got away. Oh, and the Nexus is finally gonna fall.
It does go down.
The charged zealots cleaned it up relatively easily, but
Poizon's mad. She wants revenge. Oh no, she's coming back. Bad pathing there.
yep. But is
That
gonna move
sensor
in and
tower.
try to take down that 3rd. So many sensor towers. That is such an ineffective use of gas.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand that. But 2 full medevacs.
Oh, nice mineral walk. Nice mineral walk with those escaping SCVs, but too little, too late. 20 go down.
Yeah.
And with the power of mules, Muukzor still leads in the economic change. A little bit of...
A lot better on reacting to the drops this time. Doesn't lose nearly as much.
he's going to lose those last 3 probes, though.
Oh, the big fight.
Big fight going down. No Guardian shields. Oh, there's a Guardian shield. Vikings just picking away at these Colossi. They are going to go down, all but one. Trying to run away, keep those Colossi and High Templar alive, but...
Don't attack the barracks.
No. No. Oh, that's unfortunate. With 3 Marines and a Ghost.
Yeah,
With next to no health, still eating away. The Mothership Core is going to come in here. Please don't waste a photon overcharge on that.
Here come another couple DTs.
That's
got
unfortunate.
only 1 missile turret.
So, Poizon looks like to have resigned her natural and is going...
Yeah.
I don't know what she's going for. There's too much at home for a base trade. This Colossi is going to fall.